Well, good morning. Good morning. I am Reverend Catherine Bonin, and it's my joy to be here to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're so glad that you came. We're delighted that you've chosen to join us. And with modern technology, we are grateful for the opportunity to touch so many lives through Zoom, through Facebook, and to share all the great things that are happening here at CSL Charlotte. So please visit our website, which is cslcharlotte.org, and put in a prayer request. Subscribe so that you stay on top of all the great things that are happening here. And you can go there to check out the recordings, which we add to the website every week. So the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy that's based on the science of mind. Science of mind was a philosophy developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. We call him the great synthesizer because he studied truths from all the world's religions and spiritual traditions. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and where and how we fit into the world. At CSL Charlotte, every philosophy is honored along with every race, every sexual orientation, and physical distinction. This is a diverse community. We know that there are many, many paths to the divine. You can call it God, peace, love, spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you call it, that's the power that resonates within you. And you don't have to leave your philosophy or your nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime. We recognize and refer to the many holy scriptures that exist, like the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Gita, to name just a few. Our vision statement is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen our mind, our body, and our spirit. One of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community and everyone in the world. We teach the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet every Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock for a consciousness meeting. And we welcome everyone this morning to enjoy our service, sit back, relax, and celebrate that powerful being lives within every one of us. So now it's my pleasure to pass the microphone over to my friend and our illustrious leader, Reverend Rosedale Jones.
Whoa, whoa. That was so fabulous, Reverend Catherine. But one of the things I do like is your touch. Ernest Holmes, the great synthesizer. Woohoo! I like it. Girl, you're awesome. Well, anyway, welcome everybody across the world. This is CSL Charlotte, the Mind Body Spirit Center. And no matter where you are, Facebook, Zoom, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. In celebrating this beautiful integration that we have with our Mind Body Spirit Center and ourselves, we open up at CSL Charlotte with an affirmative prayer. So first on our platform today, we have the heartbeat of CSL Charlotte, and that is none other than Maureen Thurston, our spiritual, I was going to say Thursday, not good, our spiritual practitioner, our emeritus, Mo, aka Mo. Now, you're in for a treat because recently we have taken a condition of a person that we really love to hold them up for prayer. So we can really help and secure that. It's a relief to know that I have people on this platform that I can confide in for holding the lights for me and other people at the same time. So you're in for a treat, like I said. So together, we're a team, Mo and I. So we have to do that. We have had to do that over the last week, by the way. And I'll tell you that today, that family is just fantastic. So I said all that to say, I told everyone, if you haven't gotten the prayer request, you have not gotten a prayer from Maureen, Mo, you have not put in a prayer request. So that all said, I want to thank everybody for listening to her and giving her your undivided attention, and open up this morning, Mo, with us, because the wires are still hot after this week, Mo. So let's get it, let it rip.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. So let's just take a moment and turn within to that silent place within our hearts. For it is in that container of love and appreciation that we come forward here today into this service, knowing that each and every one of us is blessed beyond any type of measure that we could even think of today. That our days run smoothly and easily today. And we started off with this amazing service with wonderful music, with a wonderful message. I know that this time that we spend together here this morning is blessed, that each and every one of us take from this service what is ours to hear. It fills our hearts, it fills our minds, and it fills our week with unlimited joy. So as we go into this service today, I know that each and every one of us are blessed. And I invite you to lock this prayer in with me by saying, and so it is.
And so it is. So now we have the piece that opens up our talk. So our reader is that person, and that's Karen A. from Sheepshead Bay. And she is my idol. She is the person that when I speak with her, we constantly really can be on that same beam together. And it's a really, really positive thing all the time when we speak. So what I want to say is that this particular poem that I want you to listen to really is going to help you to describe the meaning of life. And it's the very good thing about Karen is that she is very sensitive to what she hears and reads. And boy, oh boy, boy, she gets that ear. She has that spiritual ear. So the biggest part about her is she knows what to come up with because she knows where I'm coming from. So listen to this reading because after Karen's reading, I invite you to listen to the song about a special man and 3 particular words that describe this particular man, and you'll hear it in a moment. So take pleasure in the song and also this reading because I'm clear that this person knew the meaning of life for himself. Now I invite you to listen to the words of Karen's reading and the song. Karen, make it do what it do.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. To bring peace to the world is the title of the article here, of the reading. This world has much to offer to your peace and many chances to extend your own forgiveness. Such its purpose is to those who want to see peace and forgiveness descend on them and offer them the light. You are entrusted with the world's release from pain. The part you play in salvaging the world from condemnation is your own escape. This world awaits the freedom you will give when you have recognized that you are free. What cause have you for anger in a world that merely waits your blessing to be free? Until forgiveness is complete, the world does have a purpose. It becomes the home in which forgiveness is born and where it grows and becomes stronger and more all-embracing. Here it is nourished, for here it is needed. We will forgive them all, absolving all the world from what we thought it did to us, for it is we who make the world as we would have it. A world in which forgiveness shines on everything, and peace offers its gentle light to everyone, is inconceivable to those who see a world of hatred rising from attack, poised to avenge, to murder and destroy. Yet is the world of hatred equally unseen and inconceivable to those who feel God's love in them. Their world reflects the quietness and peace that shines in them, the gentleness and innocence they see surrounding them, the joy with which they look out from the endless wells of joy within. What they have felt in them, they look upon and see its sure reflection everywhere. What would you see? The choice is given you. But learn and do not let your mind forget this law of seeing. You will look upon that which you feel within. If hatred finds a place within your heart, you will perceive a fearful world, held cruelly in death's sharp-pointed, bony fingers. If you feel the love of God within you, you will look out on a world of mercy and of love. If you choose to see a world without an enemy in which you are not helpless, the means to see it will be given you. No longer is the world our enemy, for we have chosen that we be its friend. And it ends with these two sentences: my forgiveness is the means by which the world is healed, together with myself. Let me then forgive the world, that it may be healed along with me. And so it is.
Ah, it feels so good to be able to do that, to represent someone so beautiful in my heart. So take a moment to relax your eyes and look at your laps, or maybe just close them. But it's all your choice. You can do whatever you like. But when you breathe in and really take that long, deep breath, exhale as you reflect. Because I'm reflecting right now, because when I think about caring, peace, and love, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King is the one of very few people who comes to mind instantly. Just saying. It's highly suggested that we reflect on the meaning of life as we celebrate his birthday today. Because when we reflect on the meaning of life, caring, peace, and love, that means that those are three great qualities that we may want to live with for ourselves. So if we choose. So I personally feel that the meaning of life could not have been expressed with by me without mentioning Dr. Martin Luther King for his birthday. So hang on there so we can reflect on another spiritual quest, the meaning of life. So breathe in and out really nice and slow. And if you do nothing else today, you may want to reflect on the meaning of life for yourself. So just briefly wiggle your fingers and your toes and integrate your mind, your body, and your spirit, and look around your space and come back in as if you are a new person. So I'm taking a gratitude moment right now. And first of all, I must thank our awesome MC, Reverend Catherine, who snatched me up in her life from the day we met. And we did a lot of visioning before CSL Charlotte had, we didn't even know what it looked like. Now she can't get rid of me. And I think CSL Charlotte has grown on her before it was even founded. So anyway, thank you, Reverend Catherine, for being here. So our topic, the meaning of life, actually came to life with Karen A's reading from the book, Gifts from a Course of Miracles. So thank you, Karen, for that poem. So, and then Mo, thank you for that beautiful prayer, that opening prayer just set us off really good. And speaking of prayer, our ecclesiastical team will be continuing to hold the light over our service today. So now I'm shouting out blessings to people watching and listening to encourage you to discover the meaning of life for yourselves in your life today. Now, meanwhile, I'll keep in gratitude my heart left on to all the wonderful healings that I have heard about already throughout this week. So everyone under the sound of my voice, feel the security of God's protecting surroundings and presence around our entire virtual congregation. And as you care for the people you care for and the places and things you care about, know that the meaning of life is for you. Now, I want to start out with a powerful quote, and it goes like this: the quality, not the longevity, is one of life's what? No, wait. The quality of life, not the longevity, is one's life. And that is what is most important. Let me say that again. The quality, not the longevity of one's life, is what is important. That was a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. So many years ago, I used to ponder the meaning of life. Living the meaning of life for me was a little difficult at times because, right? A lot of times Many people feel stuck and blocked from their own true potential. So in the beginning of my spiritual journey, which I love being on, right, as a matter of fact, I was unable to unlock the deep spiritual aspects of myself back then. Ooh, it was like running on a hamster wheel. When I began to ponder, though, the meaning of life, what I found out is I had a lot of samskara blocks within me. According to yogic science, samskaras are what locks in the fears, the sadness, the anger, and all the other emotions that represent fear. They come from memories, but it's all related to the past. So people struggle with memories in the past more than anything else in their lives. Life can, not even the present moment do they worry about. It's always about, well, the reason why I'm upset now is because I remember my sister or my mother or this one did this to me. Those are samskaras that people put into themselves. See, life can feel like a struggle when you really decide that you really want to awaken from that thing you had, where you're always using the past as an excuse as to why you do what you do. Because it's only samskaras. That's all they are. Samskaras, samskaras, however you pronounce it. Samskaras. They're blocking our spiritual energy if we don't figure out why we're all of a sudden saddened. Meanwhile, the meaning of life is all mist. You can't even tell. It's a myth, or whatever you want to call it. That's what samskaras really are. They're baggage. Their blockages. And in Sanskrit terms, a samskara is like a dam. If you were thinking about a river or a water, it's like a dam blocking your flow of energy, your spiritual energy. I was amazed when I was looking stuff up that actually yogic science was written 600 years BC. Now, they knew what we now know about being stuck, locked, or damaged by our emotions. You know, yogic science has been around for centuries. We know this now. But yoga helps us reflect on the meaning of life. It's the union of the mind, body, spirit. So it's incredible for me to think people knew about all of these theories thousands of years before uh, Sigmund Freud or any of those psychiatrists, psychologists, or whoever we had even got the chance to speak about it, let alone did they ever discuss any of these things. So in those days, those people were meditators. They didn't need someone to teach them about this. They observed it occurring in their own minds. And what I recognize today is that people have been so conditioned to believe whatever they're told that they're afraid to meet, even talk about their true selves, their own self. Don't even get into it. Many people today may or may not care to know that they have been born. Some people do know this, meditators, been born with the ability to meditate. People say things like, oh, I can't meditate because the monkey mind interferes with my relaxing. And my thing is this, if that's what you're going to go with, then how are you going to reflect and be able to really understand the meaning of life for yourself? Being spiritually inactive is what causes you to feel isolated and disconnected from people, places, and maybe even technology. I was just doing that separation to myself. When you feel that either people don't care about you or people are hurting your feelings, it's really you who are disconnected. It's very easy for you to feel some kind of way about people because it just takes the blame off of you. You don't have to fix anything because you're going to blame them. But you know, it's really all because of the samskaras that you particularly built from them. In most cases, before you even met these people, those samskaras were built. So now spiritual practices, you're learning about them, or you know about them, or you do them a lot, but they are important to help remove these blocks or samskaras that are left within you. Now, you see, you need to remove these samskaras in order to live the true meaning of life. Meanwhile, this has to be understood. It's not our friend's job to keep apologizing to us for hurting our feelings. It's not our friend's job to keep us happy so we don't feel bad. It's not our friend's job to teach us the meaning of life. It's ours. Why would we even want to duplicate the meaning of someone else's life? We do it all the time. Without that, your own particular mind, body, spirit connection, you lose the ability to experience your own meaning of life. We find our hearts closed off and our minds shut down without direction or purpose when we never do any self-reflection. Only only looking at that one. Only the neighbors looking at that person, talking about those people. That's a reflection off of themselves when they talk about you and judge you. Have you ever felt? Have you ever felt like something was missing in your life? Have you even ever been unable to answer the question, why am I here? Well, then, if that's the case right here, you might want to remember that reading that Karen read, to bring peace to the world, because that could be one of your really meanings of life. The world, she said in there, the world has much to offer to your peace and many chances to extend your own forgiveness. That's meaning of life, huh? Being a forgiver, right? You are entrusted with the world's relief from pain. How about that? My forgiveness, not mine, but the writer, my forgiveness is the means by which the world is healed together with myself. But I'll take it. Let me just do this. I like the last line. But remember, she said, "Let me then forgive the world, that it may be healed along with me." Now, here's what I get from all of that, plain and simple. In order to get relief from the world's pain, we need to reflect on finding the purpose of life and the meaning of life for ourselves. That's really the key for the meaning of life. Now, did you ever or do you ever feel like you're having a great day sometimes and suddenly you feel a wave of sadness moving through you? Or maybe you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody and you get angry with something that was said or some gesture. Again, that could mean that a samskara was sparked. And all you need to do is consider unblocking those spiritual energies within you when you feel you're upset about something and you started out in love. You know, sometimes marriages start out in love, right? Then they end up in. If each person were to fix their samskaras in the middle of all that stuff, or friendships, if each person could have fixed their samskaras in the middle of all that stuff, whoa, would have been different. They wouldn't have been still arguing over that stuff, because they would have tapped into their inner power. When you tap into your inner power, you unlock a new level of understanding and connection within you, within others, in the world around you. But see, in order to find that meaning of life for yourself, you have to open up your heart. It's really nice to know that we are a part of God, spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, but we are part of this power, source, spirit in equal measure, which means that we are given inspiration from it to live with a greater sense of purpose. This is, to me, a beautiful, just having that power within me is a beautiful representation of my true divine nature. And yours too, if you choose to claim it. I claim it. I have no problem with that. That's the meaning of life. In our philosophy, the science of mind, we believe that we are all connected with a spirit in the spiritual realm, through the spiritual realm, if you will. Our philosophy is based on the universal truth, which emphasizes our connection with spirit. And then as we deepen relationship with this divinity or divine that we call, we take responsibility for our choices and we offer understanding to people. Don't take the responsibility that they caused you to to be upset. They don't have your emotions, you do. So eventually we can start owning up to our part in this world, huh? To me, that's also the meaning of life. See, here's the thing. Living a life is that is fulfilled with true meaning and purpose, it brings you joy. And that's something to celebrate and strive for. Let me say this as I close. Alan is going to come up and he's going to do a dedication for this special man's birthday. And you know who I'm talking about by now, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He is, is, is an icon of the 1960s civil rights movement. I was going to say civilization, so I want to make sure I got that right. He and his legacy will always live in my heart. He was so brave. And he stood up for his beliefs. I honor him by remembering what he has done during the time, especially on this beautiful day. You know, he's done a lot in this spirit, in this physical realm, okay? But you know what? We can be so inspired by another person the way I am with him. And the reason why I know we can be inspired by people is because it's unbelievable how someone else can strike a chord within us and evoke strong emotion. It's because our admiration for their commitment and passion resembles that of ours. So, to that point, it motivates us. So I recognize and identify with him very strongly because his beliefs align with mine. I have no doubt that spirit, God, or power, or whatever it is something we all possess. So Dr. King's life to me is a reminder that anything is achievable in spite of what challenges that may stand in my way. So, with no further ado, we're going to bring on Alan Lilly. And right after Alan, we'll have a song. And that song is going to be the tribute right behind Alan.
Well, good morning, everybody. And, and I'm going to start us off with a wonderful quote by Martin Luther King. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the most revered figures over the last century. Since his assassination in 1968, his likeness and message are known all across the world. Without a question, he is still a global icon. While there is so much that we know about his life through books and films that seek to capture the essence of who he was, there may be some details that many may not have ever known about him. Now let's shine light on some of these details. One, he was born Michael King Jr. On January 15th, 1929, Michael King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia. When he was 5 years old, his father, Reverend Michael King Sr., traveled to Germany in the 1930s and was inspired by Protestant Reformation leader Martin Luther. Upon returning to the States, he legally changed his name to Martin Luther King Sr. and his son to Martin Luther King Jr. Two, he graduated from Morehouse College at 19. A precocious student, King skipped 2 grades and graduated from Washington High School in Atlanta when he was 15. After passing his entrance exam, he enrolled at Morehouse College and earned a BA in sociology at 19. 3. He was an avid pool player. While he's known for being an activist, minister, theologian, and philosopher, one of his favorite pastimes was billiards. King picked up pool as a grad student at Crozer Theological Seminary in Chester, Pennsylvania, and played the game throughout his life. He was the first Black person to be named Time Person of the Year. After the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, King was named 1963 Man of the Year in the January 1964 issue of Time magazine. He became the first African American to receive this honor. This was his second appearance on the cover of Time. In 1957, he graced the cover for his leadership in the Montgomery bus boycott. 5. He was the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. In 1964, King was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his nonviolent struggle for civil rights for the Afro-American population. At 35 years old, he was the youngest person ever to receive the prestigious honor at the time. He would turn over the prize money. 6. He recorded for Motown Records. King can be counted among the iconic artists that have recorded at Motown Records. Motown released an album of the Detroit speech in August 1963, titling it The Great March to Freedom. The label agreed to a 40-cent per copy royalty and a $400 advance for the album with King, a generous deal for the record that could be purchased for only $1.80. King insisted that his royalties go to the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Motown founder Berry Gordy also made a $500 donation to the SCLC, and Motown acts were performed at the organization's fundraisers. 7. He was a Grammy Award winner. In 1964, King won his first Grammy for We Shall Overcome, the March on Washington, August 28, 1963, which was up for Best Documentary, Spoken Word, or Drama Recording. Posthumously, in 1971, he won for Best Spoken Word Recording for Why I Oppose the War in Vietnam. 8. There are many streets named after him. There are over 900 streets named after Martin Luther King in 41 states, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Did you know that 70% of the states are in the South? Several countries have honored Martin Luther King, including Italy and Israel. The first street named after him was in Chicago in 1968. So now you know more about this fabulous man, and so it is.
Fabulous. Good. So one of the things I must say before I hand the mic over back to my sister and friend is this. I am so happy that Dr. Martin Luther King's son goes around still doing these tours, because I had a tour when I was in Atlanta, I don't know, 5 years ago, and they still do them. So just saying, and it's around the Atlanta house. So it's really nice. So now with that said, I'm going to hand the mic back to my fabulous friend and sister, Reverend Catherine.
Well, thank you, Reverend Rosedale. And what a beautiful talk, and what a beautiful piece of music. Sing about peace, right? For sure.
Mhm.
And I
Oh, yeah.
learned some things there that I didn't know about Dr. Martin Luther King. You know, one of the things I've always known about him is he was such a giver. He gave so much of himself to the world. And that really is his legacy, that he gave so much and really changed the world from that place of giving. Now it's my pleasure to invite this community to give of yourself also, in order to engage this Charlotte community to prepare for that succession of future generations that we talked about earlier, leaders that can integrate, teach, and share the science of mind principles We are asking for your donations of your time, your talent, and your treasure. These are the things that you can give to this community. And we know that you give them because you feel spiritually fed here, you feel inspired, and you not only see and feel the need for a community like this, but you really want it and you want to be a part of it. On your screen, you see the website, and you can go to the website here, cslcharlotte.org, and press that donation button. And there you can make your donation of your treasure. That means money. You can also send a check to CSL Charlotte to the address here on the screen. You can pay by credit card. You can make a donation in so many different ways, Zelle, Venmo, many different ways here. And we are so grateful for what you give. Again, your time, your talent, and your treasure. And now is the time that we can recite the affirmative giving prayer to or affirmation together. We collectively prosper individually and together as we take care of ourselves. And what I know is that as we give to ourselves, because giving and receiving is an unbroken circle. When we give, we step into that flow of life and we open ourselves to receive. The universe does not support a vacuum in any way, shape, or form. And so when we give, we always set ourselves up to receive, and we always, always do. So join me, if you would, in saying this affirmation. Prosperity and abundance flows from the law of circulation of giving and receiving. As I give to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, I give of my time, talent, and my treasure, which opens the path to my grateful return of good 7 times or more in my life. I'm grateful for the universal power that exists to continually open the path for all prosperity and abundance that we all receive, and I now prosper. And so take your gift in your heart and in your mind, in your consciousness, and know that as you give, you open yourself up, and that creates space for amazing things to come into your life. Recognizing that it's all God. Everything we see and hear and experience, it's all God. As Ernest says, there is no spot where God is not. I know that that infinite power and presence of love moves through me, and it moves through each person here, blessing and blanketing this world in that spirit of abundance, in that spirit that Martin Luther King shared so beautifully, that spirit of peace. I know that the world prospers from each person's gift of themselves, from each person's gift of their time and their talent and their treasure. And on behalf of the Board of Directors of Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, I am so grateful for those gifts of treasure, those gifts that help keep the doors open, and this service being able to be shared on Zoom. I'm so grateful for each person who says yes to being part of this loving community. And I'm so grateful for all of the good work that comes as a result of each person's giving of themselves in this world. And I see this world blanketed with abundance, with peace, with love, and with joy. And so it's with a full heart, so grateful for the many, many gifts that I see all around when I look. And I know that the more I see, the more I see. And so I know this for each person here, and so grateful for the many blessings that are unfolding for each of us. I release my word to that law of mind, that law that always, always says yes, that delivers on every intention planted like a seed in that fertile soil of the mind. Because just as I know a carrot seed delivers a carrot, an apple seed delivers an apple tree, I know these intentions that we plant in that seed, in that soil of mind, deliver exactly what they are intended to deliver. And so I see that peace and abundance and love blanketing this entire planet. And so with that grateful heart, I release my word, calling it good, because I know that it is. And so it is. Amen. And now I get to turn the platform over to Tim for our announcements and opportunities.
Thank you so much, Reverend Catherine. What a wonderful talk today. What a wonderful presentation, Alan. That was amazing. I learned some new things I didn't know before. So welcome everyone. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share our announcements and opportunities this week. I want to start by sharing our links to reach us throughout the week. The main link is our website, www.cslcharlotte.org. There you can sign up and subscribe for our newsletters. We really encourage you to do that because that's the best way for you to stay informed about what's going on in our community. We also invite you to join us on Facebook, where we post inspirational posts throughout the week. We invite you to like, share, subscribe, and join us throughout the week. We started posting our recordings to YouTube a couple of months ago, so that is our YouTube channel. We also invite you to subscribe so that as the videos are uploaded, if you're a subscriber, you'll get a notification and you can watch the replays of our services anytime that's convenient for you. And finally, we started a meetup group recently, and we've asked everyone to join us over there as well. We're reaching people that we haven't been able to reach before. We're having fun engaging and inviting new people to our community. So if anyone has joined us from Meetup, thank you for joining us here, and we look forward to seeing you in future services. Here's a picture of our website. We refreshed it back in the summer. We have a member and friends section. So if you would like your picture to be featured, make sure you send us a picture and we'll add you to our album. The last button you see there is the More tab, and we're going to reference that a few times here so you'll know where it is. I like how Alan always says that it's where you can go to just get more from our community and add more to your life. So once again, we really want you to be informed and connected. So if you haven't subscribed, please go to our website and on the main page, fill out the contact form. Make sure you include your birthday because we want to make sure we recognize you on your birthday. You'll receive email updates, and we encourage you to check your email often so that you stay informed. Our 2022 contribution statements are being prepared. And so to ensure that you receive yours timely, if you know that your email address has changed or you're not sure if we have it, send an email to admin@cslcharlotte.org, and we will make sure that our accountant receives that. So when the statements go out, you receive your statement in a timely manner. Join us Tuesdays at 6 p.m. for our weekly consciousness meeting. We come together and hold each other, lift each other up, pray for one another. It is one of the meetings that we have that I prioritize. You can join the meeting by going to our website, clicking on the More tab. There's a link under weekly meetings and events where you can let us know that you're interested in that meeting so that we can send you the Zoom meeting link. It's a different meeting link from the Sunday meeting, so make sure that you fill out the consciousness meeting form and we'll get you on that distribution list and you'll have the information to come and join us. As I always say, we would love to hold you or your loved one or any situation you have at the focus of our attention. So even if you can't be there, let us know and we will put you in our circle and hold the light for you. We will post information about certificated classes when they come up. We don't have any schedule right now, so stay tuned for class updates in the future. We have a wonderful Heartbeat Poetry Club within our community. We have several poets and artists that meet weekly on Tuesday. So we'd like for you to join us. You can go to the More tab under weekly meeting and events. There's a link for the Heartbeat Poetry Club. Let us know that you're interested and we will make sure that you get the meeting details for that meeting. Our Sunday services are recorded each week in audio and video format. You can find links under the More tab. There's a link for the videos and a link for audio, and you can listen to them at any time on your device, your computer. If you just want to come back and listen to our services. I know this week I'm going to go back so I can listen to Alan's presentation again. And then I really enjoyed all of the information we got on samskaras. I am when I think of Dr. King, I know that he helped remove global STEM scholars around the world. His influence in Africa with Kwame Nkrumah and some of the other leaders during the 60s was phenomenal. His reach went far and wide. Alan mentioned there's streets all over the world named Dr. King, so that is very well, and he did his part to help us remove blocks. Okay, prayer opportunities. We want to pray for you. We want to make sure that you receive prayer. We have several opportunities for you. The first is in service, or not in service, after service live prayer. At the end of the service today, if you would like to receive prayer, you can do this right now. Let Jariva Traylor know that you want prayer, and she will put you on the list to connect with one of our prayer practitioners at the end of the service. We do this each week. It is our gift to you to make sure that we hold you in a special place and help you feel better. And if you have a block that you need to have lifted, you can get prayer for that today. Just let Jariva know you want it, and we will link you up for prayer. If you don't want live prayer, you can also go to our website. Under the More tab, there's a prayer requests link, and we invite you to submit a prayer request. I have done this many times and can assure you that it will change your life. Our emeritus practitioner, Maureen Thurston, is the one that primarily receives the prayers and will write a special prayer for you and send it back to you. The prayer before it's sent to you is sent to our our leadership team, and so it's prayed over first among our leaders, and then we send it to you so that you can reread it throughout the week and lift yourself up. I always say you can submit a prayer request if you're feeling you need something, or if everything's going well in your life and you want that to continue, submit a prayer request and we will hold that for you. So I invite Maureen to give us an update on our prayer tree.
Thank you, Timmy. We are at 350 prayers.
Wow.
Cool.
That is
Cool, cool,
awesome.
cool. You know how that goes. A community that prays together stays together. Yay. So that all said, everybody, it's time for me to talk about the things I like. And that is celebrating your birthday. Happens to be that we do have someone that's celebrating their birthday today. But you know what? Let me just tell you this. You know your birthday. I don't. So just please drop it into that chat, or like last week, two people decided that they would put their birthdays in the chat. All you need is your month and your day. I don't care how old you are. It's okay. So anyway, I want to say thank you to those that are putting their birthdays in. But you know what? For those who didn't hear me last week, put it in the chat. And I have a birthday to celebrate today, and along with Martin Luther King. And she's a beautiful friend of mine who I call her daughter, the daughter from another mother, because she's the mother of the daughter that I say that she's from another mother. And I don't know if you can get that, but that's what the deal is. So anyway, we're shouting out to Angie Lowe from Florida today on her birthday, and we're going to give her a little birthday yell out. Go. Yeah, there we go. So, as always, thank you to our beautiful platform team. A great job. It's not a one-man show, and nor is it a talking head. But great job from that reading, Karen A. from Sheepshead Bay. It really did open things up for me anyway to get me going. And thank you, Mo, for that beautiful prayer. And thanks, Melissa, SoCal Melly, for greeting and spotlighting everyone. And thank you, Groovy G, because you keep everyone engaged on Facebook and everywhere else that you need to keep them engaged. You're great with that. And Timmy P, we love it when you do the announcements and the music today at the same time. That means you're a jack of all trades. Does it? No, I don't know. But anyway, thank you again in advance, JT, for doing the live prayer technician today. And thanks to our entire fabulous platform for your focus and attention. I love how Timmy P says that, but they keep their focus and attention on the service all the time. And that is just a great feeling to know that we are taken care of all the time. So As for our entire virtual community, you may not have joined our consciousness meeting yet for various reasons. But like Timmy P said, go out to the website, cslcharlotte.org, go to the More tab, go to the weekly events, and put in that form to get the link. Because I noticed last week some people emailed me and said they can't get in, but they were trying to get on this link. So realize that that's a different link, and we will definitely be forwarding that link to you as soon as we send them out. And generally they come out approximately on Monday. Don't hold me to it, but generally we do that. So for those of you who find that things are going super well in your life, yeah, that's a good thing too, because you can even come in and say to the prayer partners here that, yes, I'd like to pray that I'm doing great and I'd like to keep on keeping on. Hey, what's wrong with that? Right? You want more of what you want more of, then go ahead and do that too. So what's holding you back? Remember, I keep telling people, if you did not get a prayer request, a prayer emailed to you, then you didn't put in a prayer request. But guess what? You know what? You're invited to do that. Go out there to our website. It's so free to you, nothing to it, but to do it. cslcharlotte.org. Put in your prayer request. Mo will send it to me and you, and we will both hold the light. I told you that in the beginning when we introduced her. Boom, boom. We talk about that stuff, and we really do talk about it. So let me know that you want to do that. So, like I always say, I'll say it one more time. If you haven't received a prayer from Mo, you haven't put in a prayer request. So, now here's another thought. What could be better than listening to a live prayer for yourself, too? How about a prayer to change your mind and get your mind on the right track today, right this minute, right after service? And if you actually want to talk about gratitude, you can do that too, or change some conditions in your life. But stay here on Zoom for your live prayer. And if you want to come in from Facebook, come in. And another thing, this is not a one and done. Never ever think that. You don't just come one time and get a prayer and like, oh, we already prayed for you. Well, you know what? You live every day, right? You don't just take one vitamin and expect it to last you for the rest of your life, right? So, well, that's the same thing. Prayer needs to be done as often as you like. So you can come back here many times. So don't worry about it. So, well, what else do I want to tell you? Anything else I need to tell you? I guess I got you. But know that when we keep praying for you, it keeps us praying for ourselves. Every time I pray for somebody, I'm praying for me. And people are shocked. Oh, you want to pray for me right now? Oh, yes. You just called me and told me this. We're going to pray about that. Oh, okay. Well, that's what we do. So remember to do that. Okay. Remember, we are here. We are a praying community, and we will pray for anything you like about. Okay. But stay today, though. Okay. Now, remember to reflect back on the meaning of life today for yourself. And when you think of the qualities that Dr. Martin Luther King, just remember that song, the first song, Caring, Peace, and Love. Those are three qualities that, wow, maybe anybody can pick up on. It's very easy to do to get that, and we can get it. So I challenge you to remember, what qualities will you be wanting to be remembered for when it's all over? It's when it's all said and done. It's never over. Never over. So once you reflect and respect that meaning of life, remember whose birthday is today, and decide what behavior you're going to change this week to reflect and accept the respect for the meaning of life for yourself. Now, that being said, before Mo closes us out, we're going to do our last celebratory thing for the man, okay? And this last song is designed to help you feel it as we understand that today is this man's birthday. And I'm so glad it fell on a Sunday when I could be able to put him up, because I used to write poetry every single year for this group that I was in New York. And it was always for Dr. Martin Luther King. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I get to do it today. That's what makes me so excited about doing it today. So anyway, let's go with this last song before Mo prays us out. Okay, happy birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King. Yes, I got to do it live and on his day. I'm excited about that. You have no idea. But uh that's good, isn't it, Alan? Yeah. Just because yes, he did. He had to do it. So yeah, God, Mo is about to pray us out right now. How about that? Is she?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I am so grateful again for this wonderful time that we have spent together here today. Celebrating the life of Martin Luther King and how many lives he touched and continues to touch by what he brought forth and shared with this world. And as I know that as we go into the rest of our Sunday, that this time that we spend here filters in and continues to flow and touch us throughout this amazing day. And as we each go in and be with our friends and family, our lives are enriched as we share who we are. And so as I know that as this community closes out this Sunday service today, I know that each and every one of us are blessed, that our days this week are filled with light and love, laughter, peace, and harmony. And so as I release this prayer, I know in my heart and in my mind and in my soul that we are all blessed and we carry these blessings in with us throughout the rest of the week. And it is all done with ease and with grace and with great appreciation. And so I release this into that place of law, knowing that it is done. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. And once again, as I close up and bring my sister, Reverend Millie, up, I say adieu, my kind friends. And thank you, everybody on Facebook, for being here, because you know I love you, because you're always going to let me know what's happening out there. And yeah, I love it. So, and everybody that's on Zoom today, I love that too. So, that all said, I'm bringing up, and so I can say, adieu, my friends, adieu, not bye, just adieu, okay?